Why can't you understand? Tears prickling her sensitive, innocent eyes. Look at you. All dolled up for someone not me. For someone who don't deserve you. For someone who won't get to have you even for a second. A beat of silence, but he inched closer to her. Rain started tapping against the railing of the terrace. Their eyes locked, and no one spoke for a moment. Today I'm getting engaged. To him. He gazed down, heat laced in every breath. Yet, she continued, avoiding his burning gaze, voice trembling with emotions. I am going to be his, not while I'm breathing. His dark gaze devoured every flicker of emotion on her face. Tearing up, furious. Let me go. You don't get to decide what I want. Saying this while feeling like she had pressed a blade to her own chest, she tried to shove past him, but he grabbed her arm, gentle but unyielding. Then stopped looking at me like I'm all you need. Jerked her close, pushing her against his chest like she had never belonged anywhere else. Angry, breathless, stop this. Twisted her wrist to free it from his grip, but he never let go. Intensely staring in her eyes, voice rough yet deadly calm. I'll never let you go. Not while someone else's hands are trying to steal what's mine. Fiercely looking into his eyes as if she was challenging him. You're not in love with me, you're just obsessed with winning. A dark laugh. Then why do I lose sleep wondering if you had dinner? Why do I drive an hour to hear you tell me to leave? His face inched closer, air barely passing in between. His hands traveled along the strand of hair falling on the curve of her face till her neck. She swallowed hard. Her voice shook, but it still cut. Because you have never been told no. And I mean it. Took a deep breath as his hands froze mid-action. Just leave, please. Frustratingly desperate. She pulled her wrist back, and with that, cut. Bravo! Everyone clapped along with him. Amazing chemistry. Taehyung leaned back casually, arms crossed, smirking as the agent flipped through the clips on the monitor. Jimin smoothed confident scenes with wine lightning at the screen. And you're telling me, this pretty boy might be the most ruthless mafia in the country. Pen aimed at Jimin on the screen, like he couldn't take him seriously, nodding while looking at the screen. This is Jimin Park, top actor, public darling. But our intel points to something darker. We think he is the guy behind half the illegal weapon moving through Korea right now. Looks at him. He might be the reason half this country's black market hasn't slept in months. Raised a bro in amusement. So the Mafia boss wears foundation and flirts on camera now. Impressive evolution. The agent throws the screen on a shot of Jimin's character, eyes sharp and dangerous. Continue. Jimin fits the profile. Unexplainable wealth and that coach chair, that's not acting. That's a killer's case. Used to really fear. Smirking slightly. Are you sure we are not freaking over a guy playing gangster in movies? We found a connection. That arms shipment from Busan, the warehouse was rented under a fake name, but the phone number linked to that contract, it was Jimin's old number. The same one he used 3 years ago when he was on hiatus for 6 months. Tang walks toward the monitor. He watches the video for a moment. Jimin smiling at wine. A flicker of something darker stirred beneath his calm. What's the plan? Using our connections, we swapped out the actor who was playing the villain in their film. You're in. You'll be working side by side with him on set. Stay close. Watch everything. If he slips up, you nail him. Smirks, already in his element. Let's see if he is the real deal or just a man who is caught in the crossfire.
you.